Alright, what's going on everybody? It's DAYYY Media coming at you with another video, and you know what time it is. It's time to bring on that boxing. Today we're going to be talking about Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. You know, we're still waiting. There was word that, it was close to a done deal, but I always say, guys, you got to take it with a grain of salt. It's hard to make these fights in boxing. I always reference the Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather fight because it's just one of those fights that's difficult to make. And then some people even like to talk about Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor. It's a different world. Dana White and Floyd Mayweather, they had a lot of money to make. It wasn't so much about the politics because you have, the UFC, a company ran by Dana White, and the opportunity to do a deal with Showtime and Floyd Mayweather isn't a difficult thing to do because they're both going to make millions of dollars, even though Floyd makes more. Dana's going to get his money. Conor, the notoriety, going into getting a boxing license and going straight for the best fighter. He had a chip on his shoulder for that fight. He had a lot to prove. He's a striker. Floyd Mayweather was saying he's undefeated standing up. The only time he lost is when he got taken down. So there was a lot of narratives that made that fight easy to make. It was a cash grab for all the guys involved. Dana, Leonard Ellerbe, Steven Espinoza, all the Showtime people, the UFC people, and obviously Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather. So in terms of the Errol Spence and Terence Crawford fight, I don't know if the money would be there for that kind of fight. I know I'm not saying that we're not. This may be a way better fight than than Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor was, but the money might not be there. It takes a lot of money to put up an event like this, and to make the profit that they're expecting to, they're gonna have to sell a lot. Errol Spence obviously wants a good amount of money. Terence Crawford obviously wants his cut, his fair cut. I think they both deserve it, but I kind of have to give the edge to. I'm still sticking with Errol Spence in this fight, man. It's just, we've seen Terence Crawford hurt. We've seen him hurt against Igis Velasquez. We've seen him hurt against Gamboa. Obviously stop these guys. I'm just saying, there are no Errol Spences, and Errol Spence is a technically sound fighter. He makes very few mistakes, but when he makes those mistakes and isn't careful around Crawford, he gets too comfortable. I think Crawford may capitalize, and we might see a change in turn of events. So I'm not counting Crawford out. I'm just saying this is one of those fights that it's a pick'em fight. It could really go either way. There are definitely going to be some rounds that are difficult to score. I see, Errol Spence pushing the pace more, and then Terence Crawford having maybe more effective success, but it spurts and fighting in waves, kind of like a Manny Pacquiao does, and maybe stealing some rounds. But I think that Errol Spence edges it out. I think he could stop Terence Crawford. I have Errol Spence by KO or TKO by the 10th round. That's just me. I just think Errol Spence is too physically big, and the power he carries is just going to be a lot for Terence Crawford to deal with. I could obviously be wrong. A lot of people disagree with me. Most people have Terence Crawford. Most of my friends, most of the people in the boxing industry that I've talked to, they have Terence Crawford. So I can't hate on anybody because that's their opinion. There's only one way to find out. Hopefully the fight gets made soon, but it's coming to that time. I always say they're in it so deep that they may have to just make the fight happen because they don't want any other fight. But at the same time, you want to see these guys active. You don't want to see them inactive for a year just to make this fight. I mean, it's up to you guys. It's up to the fans how you perceive these fights. Are you okay with seeing the fight even though they don't fight for a really long time and they haven't been active, or would you rather see them get active and hopefully get the fight maybe down the line? There are a lot of questions to still be asked, but I will keep you guys updated with any intel I get. But other than that, thank you guys for watching this video. Comment down below, Errol Spence or Terence Crawford, and by what method, KO or decision. Let me know in the comments. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys later. Peace. Well, that's going to do it for another DAYYY Media video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys for the constant love and support. Salute to you guys always. It's been your boy.